How you doing? It's David back with Carlton Arms. Today we're going to go over how to repair a 1911 from a common issue when the plunger tube between the slide release and the safety starts to become unstaked or starts to become loose from the frame of the pistol itself. Okay, we have a nice Springfield Armory. It's 1911 Model A1, pretty close to what they would have used in World War II. I mean, these feel pretty good in the hand, you know. But right here is your plunger tube. Slide release is your safety. Okay. Before we get started, we'll do what we always do. We will show no magazine in, no round in there. Everything is nice and safe. You know, on first glance, it looks like there's no problem here. You look and say, okay, slide release works fine. Okay, no big deal. All right, as y'all can see, doesn't look like any gap between there, between this plunger tube and the frame. You know, so what you're going to see is when we go to use the safety, okay, see how far that plunger comes out? See if we can get a little closer. All right. That plunger comes way out too far. You will not be able to put that safety back down at all. Not unless you take something and you pull the plunger back. And even then, a little bit of a pain to go back. So now, right here, there's beginning to be a little bit of a gap between the plunger tube here and the frame. Okay? That gap should not be there. That plunger tube should come out nowhere near that far. It should come out just enough to hold the safety in place. Right now, you could never take that safety off. So that, my friends, is a problem with the 1911s. This plunger tube is not threaded, so there's no screws from the inside that hold it on to keep it proper tension. It is put together similar to a pop rivet. Goes on the inside, and I have a fresh new one here. Goes on the inside. Each of these legs are hollow. And the tool we'll use, which is a Strobel vise. You can get these off of Midway. But that point there will go right inside that foot. And all it does is flares it out so that these bind in the holes on the frame. That's literally all it does. Like I said, it's similar to a pop rivet. We put it in there, you pull it up, you squeeze it out to fill in the voids, and that's it. You know? And I would think after, dang near 100 years or more, we'd come up with something where we would thread it from the underside and put a screw in instead of relying on this, because it has been a problem over the years with different 45s. But this is still the way they make it. So all we'll do is we'll just repair it. So we have all our parts. We have new plunger pieces, new plunger spring. I could not find a Springfield plunger tube when I ordered this. So we ordered the Ed Brown. Very slight difference in the shape of it, not too much. It should, in theory, be the same width on the feet holes, but we'll find out. All right, now let me go for a tear down of this 1911. and then we can show you all what we got to do to actually stake it all back together. All right, we get this slide release out, the whole thing pulls out. Now watch it, sometimes the spring and the rod will just shoot off, so always be grabbing that. Okay, that just sits out there. It's right here, the barrel. You can pull that out if you need to clean it or anything, which we will clean this one here while we're doing it. But okay. All right, kind of hard to see in the camera. I don't know if you can or can't. See if I can get this flashlight to the other side. Okay, that little hole right in there is one of the feet. Okay. The other foot is back here by the extractor. See if I can get that in the camera or not. Just barely. So that one in the rear, back here, is one that's really come loose. Now you could just restake it and spread that back out and try to call it good, but there's always a chance that the feet on this old one are cracked. And if they're cracked, then it's not going to do you any good to try to respread and restake the one that's already in there. So today we're just going to go for, if this will fit, we will go for just replacing. That way we get brand new feet in there. And now, since I haven't torn this apart till now, it appears as, yep, it appears it'll fit. Well, that's good. All right. Now I'm going to have to take the grips off to get this thing where I can get the vise on there to get everything spread out. So we'll go for that. Grab a flat head. See if this one's large enough. We can work it. All right. See if we can get this prior plunger tube off. And there's really nothing you can do on this thing except pry it off because, like I said, it is pressed in there. So that is the old plunger tube. You know, it's nothing. It's just pressed in there. That's all it is. I said it could use a little update on this one. You have enough room if you countersink the frame that we could put a small screw in there. But this is still the way they're made, so we will repair it with what we have, and we will go ahead and put the new plunger tube on and get all the parts in. And that is what it looks like when you take the plungers out of the tube. Okay, so your long one to your rear is for the safety, the short one to the front, that is for the magazine release. Okay, and when we put the new ones in, we will just slide them right in there like that, front to back, and then we will stake it in. But we will get it staked in first. Okay, and your one towards the front, because the slide release comes out regularly every time you tear it down, that's the one that has this little ridge goes towards the front so that you don't lose everything. The safety, unless you're doing a 100% tear down, you're never going to take the safety off. So that's why the safety is a flat, just nice and smooth. and you have the ridge on the one for the slide release so that it doesn't come shooting out of there when you tear it apart. Okay. There's nothing, no issues on there for nothing. We're just going to do a little test fit to make sure that we can get everything in there properly. And we know we can get it on the front and we can get it on the rear. We don't have to pull the extractor, nothing like that. Because that would be that's part of the frame. Now, I'm sure there are some where the extractor would have to go depending on how it's built, but on this particular one, we do not. So, we'll take these out, we'll put them together. All right, and this is just a Wilson Combat plunger set. A lot of them are pretty generic. Get everything put together here. Should just snap on that spring there. Each one, you probably can't see it, but each one has a little ridge to go inside the spring. You just got to work it in there. There we go. There we go. Yep. Everything's in. Now, we'll go for doing a test fit on our plunger tube. Okay, so there's the test fit. Everything fits nice and easy. So once we stake it in, it'll be good. Now, before we stake it in, since we're not tearing this gun 100% down, we're not taking the safety off, we're going to need to put everything inside the plunger tube and do a little bit of fighting against it, wanting to come out, but that's all right. Go ahead and slide it in. Like I said, the longer portion of the plunger tube goes towards the safety, towards the rear. The short pin with a ridge on it goes towards the front. That is for your slide release. The long one is for your safety. And for this one, it'd be easier if we go ahead and flip the safety up. And then use this pin to get it down where it needs to be. Okay. And we can just hold it in place and we can test. See? Now your safety would be off, safety on, and you can actually move it. Now before, when it was coming out like that far, and that's no good. When it was coming loose on the old plunger tube, it was coming way far out. That was no good. You can never get the safety off if you needed your fire on. Go ahead and push that back. We'll go ahead and take the safety off, and that'll just kind of help hold everything there. All right. So now we'll go ahead and thread it. Get everything set with our plunger tube vise here. There are different brands, different models of these plunger tube vices. Uh, this is just the one I could find. A lot of pistol smiths will like the Brownells, and the Brownells is just fine. It just was not available when I bought this, so hey, we got the tool to do the job. We're going to go good with it. So we'll make sure and we'll push this tight, and we'll get this in here to where we get it set. And Fortunately, this one is going to have to be done by feel. Aha. We got it in the front. So now we'll just slide the keeper. And that's what that is. That is just a keeper piece. We will slide it over the plunger tube because you don't want to mash directly on the tube itself, because then you just damage the gun. So we will get everything set, and we will tighten it down hand tight until that is tight, and make sure that we're good on the back end. Just wanted to make sure that we would clear the safety, and we are. Okay, so we want to get that part hand tight. We look down there and just make sure that we're good. Everything's set, nothing's sticking out that's going to get smushed. Now that we got it hand tight, we're going to want to do one full revolution of this bolt to squish and have that foot come out like that on the inside of the frame. Okay, now that we got our wrench, put it over it, and we're going to go for just one revolution. And that's it. And now we will loosen that to do the same thing for the rear pin. We will hand tighten it and do one revolution. And it's just a matter of feeling in there as to where it is. And there we go. Yeah, we're in there. Oops. And we lost it. There we go. So again, we'll go hand tight. Okay. And we will go one full revolution of the wrench. And now we will back it off and see how we look. And even the instructions that come with it say to only use one full revolution. And you may need a slight bit more, but start off with one. That way you just don't overextend, you don't crack anything, you don't crack the frame or anything like that. These things like to get sticky on here. They paint these things at the factory, so. And I don't think it actually smushed it all the way in. So we'll have to do a little bit more than one revolution there. Because that did not actually spread the feet. We'll put it back on there. Okay. Go to the front one. There we go. Take a look down here, make sure everything's going good. Let's see how we are here. All right. Down the side. Looks like we're spread. We'll have to clean that up just a little bit. So it's brand new vise, so it's got the paint on it. Now it comes for the test. Okay. Slip the safety on. Safety's on. It did not shoot out. Okay. And the safety off. It's going to be stiff because everything's brand new. Okay. See, that's how far that safety should come out. That is way better. Now you can actually put the safety on, take the safety off. Like I said, this spring is brand spanking new in here. If we would have used the old spring, then it'd have been a little softer. You can see how that spring is compressed. There's nothing wrong with it. It is a little softer, but since I had everything tore apart, why not just go back with a brand new spring and plunger set? I will keep those for the future, just in case. And I will even keep this plunger tube and see if I can get a real magnified look at the feet. And if there's no cracks in the feet, then I will even keep that plunger tube for a later date. If there are cracks in the feet, once I can get a real good magnified view of it, then we'll dispose of this because we wouldn't want to put somebody's gun back together with something that's going to be faulty. So, I mean, right now, that's safety on, safety off. Other than being stiff from a brand new spring that'll wear in, we're good. All right. So that is how you replace the plunger tube on a 1911. And it'd be whether it's the 9mm, whether it's the 45, you got a myriad of different 1911s now. So now all we're going to do is we will just clean it up, put everything back together, and we will call it a day. So if y'all have any questions about anything we've done here today, the tools we use, the parts we used, where we got them, how we've done it, just any questions, comments, whatever, go ahead and drop them down there and we'll do our best to answer any questions you have. That's all I have today. Y'all be safe out there, and this is David with Carlton Arms.